Now, hey everyone, welcome back to Slasher Sunday. I was going to say my weekly Sunday live stream, but that didn't happen last week. I won't get into that because I have had a rough past week and a half, 2 weeks or so, but I'm all good now. Thank you very much for joining, guys, and the people that are watching. This week I am joined once again by Ryan from Let's Get Kicking Movies.
Hello,
and
everybody.
we will shortly be joined by Rock God 2004, Nige, and Del Boy. So we've got them to look forward to. And speaking of, which one is it? It's Del Boy. He's looking up at the screen. Hello, mate.
Hello. Sorry, my mum wanted to know what channel the darts were on 1 minute before 8.
You're at perfect timing. We've just started. So, thank you all for joining. Thank you to my wonderful guests for joining again. We're waiting on one more. We do have currently 6 people watching, which is fantastic. So thank you very much. And we'll get into the comments. So anything horror related that you want to ask us or anything in general, we will answer. So let's get into it. So first off,
what do you mean? Do you mean why I put up with Ryan? Is that a horror related question?
First off, we have...
Wait, what about my face is a horror? What are you talking about?
First off, we have Luke's World of Movies and TV saying hi, guys, and everyone in chat. Evening, Luke. I recently watched Loki season 2. Have any of you watched it yet?
Yes.
Ryan, do you want to go first?
Yes, and to be honest, it had a bit of a slow start, but I think the last 3 episodes definitely build up a lot. I wouldn't say it's the best season out of like those 2 seasons. The first one will always be the best. But I've just finished it today. I really, really enjoyed it. It's definitely like some of the best Marvel media we had for a long time. So that's the benefit. Yeah, we had Guardians this year, which I really enjoyed. Well, of course, you got to say a bit of Guardians. But yeah, it's a really fun series. Basically, I think it's just a Marvel version of Doctor Who at the end of the day.
Yeah,
it's basically what it is, but it's really enjoyable. There is some, you still see some of the iffy, like dodgy CGI in there, but it's Loki, man. What are you going to expect? It's just a really fun series. So yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
And what about yourself, Doughboy?
Yeah. I was just looking at the question because it's not on there. It says. Have you watched it? Yeah. So of course I've watched it. I haven't seen the last particular one yet. Agreed. It's not better than season 1. It is probably one of the better Marvel series that's out there, but not better than the films.
Mm-hmm.
The main 2 characters this year gel just like last year. All the other characters I felt were stiff, so they didn't quite sort of like interact very well with each other.
Evening, Nige.
Hello, am I echoing?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. Yeah.
I'll go use the other browser. Hang on.
Yeah, a second, mate.
And just to end, it's a story very much out of the comic books if you know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So I do recognize how it could be looked at as Doctor Who episode. It's not.
No.
It's actually a story out of the comic books. But then again, the comic book came out after Doctor Who. So you could look at it as going, you stole that, and they go, yeah, you stole that. Yeah. So tit for tat.
Awesome stuff.
I hope Loki is more down to earth or in Asgard next time. But I haven't seen the last episode yet, so I can't sort of like comment really.
I have watched everything of season 2 so far, and I've enjoyed it so far. I haven't watched the last episode. I really enjoyed season 1. But I've heard the last episode is a proper tearjerker at the end. So
yeah,
not looking forward to that. But
I think what you have to look at when you see something like Loki is, what is Loki's key character? He is the god of mischief. Has he done a lot of mischief in this? then basically again, Marvel are not looking at this as a character-driven story.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, if you want something like this to work next time, put him back in his element, where he is God of Mischief.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's how I end that sort of comment, really.
Thank you very much for the question, Luke. Luke also says, I like that Stranger Things poster behind you, Jake. Oh, thank you very much, mate. I got that from Forbidden Planet, I believe. Yeah, it's a really cool poster. I only really enjoyed the first 2 seasons, so I sort of got that to commemorate that. But yeah, thanks, mate. That is all the comments for the minute. But what have you guys been watching recently? We'll start with you, Ryan.
Well, yeah. So this week, starting from Monday, what did I watch on Monday? I didn't even think I watched anything on Monday. But on Tuesday, I sat and I watched. What did I watch? Oh yeah, I did it. We watched Psycho 3, which I pretty enjoyed.
Mhm.
Definitely an underrated movie, but I wouldn't say it's one of the best Psycho movies in the series. But it was fun. It was a fun trip. And now we'll watch Blood Feast. I was actually quite an interesting film to watch. It was different. It's very good practical effects in that as well. Very bloody, plenty of blood and guts, all that kind of thing. And then we ended up watching Prison, didn't we?
Yeah.
Where everyone literally lost the plot except for Del Boy.
Yeah.
I sort of was watching over you all. I was sort of watching over you all, going, "Oi, prod him, will ya? He's gone to sleep. Prod him. Look, him. Prod him. There. Him.
Awesome stuff, mate. What have you been watching, Delboy?
Well, I was thinking about that because I've mentioned it a number of times, same films, because I haven't really had a lot of time to watch. I've been catching up with Low Key and all of that sort of stuff. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned things like Missing and Days of Wine and Roses. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned all of this in previous streams, but I can go over that again. But I think like Nigel's just given, I think I know more about what he's watched in the last week than I have my own. That's what happens when you watch a lot of YouTube stuff. But I did watch an old one that made me that was quite fun last night. Just a feel good film, and that was Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. I just like going back to Ray Harryhausen films just to sort of like feel good. So I watched that last night, and I put that in my blog at the end. That I watched it, you know. But Prison, I think, was probably the best film I've seen last week.
Awesome stuff, mate. Welcome, Nige.
Am I echoey?
No.
Excellent.
How you doing this evening, mate?
I'm all right. How are you, chaps?
I'm not too bad, mate. What have you been watching recently this week?
I watched Witness, Creepshow, Starship Troopers, finally.
Oh, bloody hell.
And today I watched Megan and Carrie on 4K.
Nice one. What was the transfer on Carrie like?
It was gorgeous.
I expected that to be.
I got the Screen Factory one. I'm not getting the Arrow one because I got the Arrow box of the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And like I got Carrie for 22 quid, so I thought, and I do like Screen Factory stuff. But oh my god, it looked amazing.
Awesome.
So did Megan. Megan was awesome.
I was hoping that'd be a good 4K transfer.
Starship Troopers. There was parts of that you'd think it was filmed yesterday. Absolutely jaw-dropping in parts. Yeah,
that's good to know.
Not much great at all. It was absolutely. It was such a fucking beautiful transfer. I was really, really surprised.
Awesome stuff, mate. And this week, obviously, as we've mentioned, we did watch Blood Feast, and well, we attempted to watch Prison, but some of us lost a bit of interest.
I was going to say some of you watched Prison.
And then over the rest of the week, I've just been catching up with the animated series of Batman. But I did watch that new David Fincher film, The Killer, with Michael Fassbender.
Oh,
And I have to say, it was very good. It's no Seven or Fight Club, but it's definitely up there as one of his better films. It was really enjoyable.
anywhere near Zodiac?
I'd say it's on the same par as Zodiac.
Well, do you consider the game better than Zodiac or lower?
I consider the game just below Zodiac and Killer. That's sort of where it.
See, Zodiac I consider to be quite a newer film. If you consider Seven and Game came out sort of like in the early part of his career, Alien 3 being his pretty earliest that I can remember.
Yeah.
Because before then, wasn't he the director of Madonna movies, Madonna videos for MTV?
Yeah.
That's where he came from, wasn't it? Yeah.
So he's done pretty well since shooting her video.
Really just.
We have Arman here saying, hello, everyone. Hello, mate. Saying, hope all is well. Going well, mate. Thank you. Rewatched Puss in Boots 2 last night. Absolutely loved it.
I haven't even watched it yet.
Is it the first one?
I haven't even watched the first one. I didn't even know there was a second one.
Yeah.
Anyone else seen Puss in Boots?
First one. That's it.
Judging by Nigel's face, I'm going to say no.
Well, it's the reason I saw the first one was because it was given to me as a gift with Shrek.
Oh.
So it was a sort of like, oh, here's Shrek. I think it was 3 or something, and here's Puss in Boots, and it's that character is in Shrek.
Who gave me
right?
Shrek the Third?
Well, just lots of people sort of like look at it and go, you like steel books, you like animation, why don't you try this? I mean, you don't want to turn around to say, well, thank you very much, but fuck you, I don't watch that sort of shit, do you? Nigel, I'm sure is aware you don't do that sort of thing. So, but I watched it and thought the animation was good, and isn't it Antonio Banderas as the voice of the Puss?
Yeah.
And it had this funny bits in it, but it's not really my type of film. So it sort of just goes on the shelf, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Quietly.
But glad you enjoyed it, Arman. We have Luke here saying Deadpool 3 is the only Marvel movie coming out next year. Yes, it is.
Thank God, because finally we're gonna actually give other films a chance.
Yeah,
which is good.
Marvel need a break. We have MB22 here saying, hey guys, hope all is well. Nigel, I just wanted to say I liked your boys single. Good luck to the band.
Oh, excellent. He'll like that. Thank you very much.
He has
actually started reading the comments today as well, and he's commented on a couple.
Really
Let's get some horror questions in for Nige. I haven't seen him smile yet when I've been talking. I think I might have upset him or something because he's like, I don't know if I've done something wrong.
No. I
No.
don't think you have. But
I want to see him smile by the end of this stream.
he's already smiling now.
Wow.
I think that was a grimace.
I've seen him belly laugh, and that's how I like to see Nigel, all happy and smiling.
Do want to say that I really enjoyed Nigel's video earlier. That was really, really, really funny.
Lost the plot at the beginning there. I thought, I'm not going to cut it out. I'll leave it in.
Yeah, it was when you opened the record and pulled out the form. I don't know what the hell you called it. It was a from or something.
Yeah. Oh, it's even got an order from.
But no,
At the beginning, I couldn't even say my name.
I think you called yourself Rock God 2005 at one point.
I don't know what the hell I said.
But make sure you all go and check out Nigel's new video. It is a great one. And make sure you check out Del Boy's blog as well.
Oh,
thank you very much, there.
No worries.
Oh, I've sent something to you, Nige, based on your vinyl record album review today. Yeah, I did. I sent it to you by email.
Have you?
Yeah. Because you mentioned The Shining. So I've sent you 8 unreleased tracks from Wendy Carlos that were written for The Shining that never appeared on the soundtrack.
Oh,
Now, you'd only know about it if you're a follower of Randy Carlos, and the fact that she wrote her own CDs on her own website it's called Rediscovering Lost Soundtracks. So she brought out 2 albums, Rediscovering Lost Soundtracks Volume 1 and 2. And on Volume 1, it was The Shining, Clockwork Orange, and Tron. And on the Volume 2, it was something else. I got both of them because I ordered them from the States and they arrived. But you'll never get them anywhere else because basically she worked well with Kubrick, but he rejected most of her score for The Shining because he thought it was too abstract. So he brought in 2. So they only used 2 tracks, which I'm sure you're aware of. It's The Maze and the main title. But she got all of her recordings back, and she released them onto her own CDs and said, "This is the soundtrack that wasn't used, but some of it was." So you've got another 8 tracks for you to listen
excellent.
to. There you go.
Have you seen my Shining video that I did last year?
Every Shining video is from you. They all shine. They all shine.
I do have. I've got the original soundtrack on vinyl, which is
It's
long,
yellow, isn't it? It's a yellow cover, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what.
Imagine that cover, but red.
Oh, I haven't got that.
I've got a double unofficial extended soundtrack.
Ow.
Looking like that.
All right.
And apparently Saul Basso did that artwork. That's how he originally envisioned it, red. Personally, although red is probably my favourite colour, I think the yellow one looks better for the film.
Yeah.
Well, it's just I've stared at the yellow.
I think it's because I'm used to it.
The yellow works for the eeriness.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but there's something about it.
Isn't it? It's yellow with the black border around it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yellow with just like the shine, and in black with like the face inside the lettering.
I've never actually known what that face is. It looks like a baby.
It's just like it's just somebody going like. I thought it was a kid, so I'm assuming it maybe, I don't know, is it Danny or is it his little friend, his invisible friend?
It's your face when someone says franchise.
That fucking word needs taken out of the English dictionary. It's pathetic.
We have MB22 here saying, what are you all more hyped for, Maxine or Terrifier 3?
Oh, what a fucking good question.
Ryan, do you want to go first?
For me, I am going to see both because I am a big fan of Terrifier, and I think Maxine is going to be very, very interesting. So I'm hoping it's gonna live up the hype of what brought from Pearl, but I think it's going to be very, very 80s, which I'm looking at, and look more into like the 80s porn industry, while also seeing like what else is gonna get up there. So I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Awesome, mate. And what about yourself, Moj?
Probably both equally. If I have to only pick one, oh Jesus, I don't know. I don't think I can because I'm dying to see the conclusion to this Ty West trilogy.
Yeah.
And I've absolutely loved X and Pearl. Pearl being my favourite.
Yeah.
So I'm dying to know how this ends. Mia Goth's been absolutely amazing from start to finish so far. But Terrifier, it's not only after watching the first 2, but the fact that it's like it's going to be like a horror Christmas film as well.
Yeah.
Oh, how would you pick between the 2?
You can't.
I'm going to say, if I have to pick one, I'm going to say Maxine, because I've been waiting for that one since last year, before I knew Terrifier 3 was coming out.
Awesome, mate. And finally, what about yourself, Delboy?
Yeah, there's no sort of like real point asking me, because most people who know me know that I'm watching Terrifier for the first time because I've ordered it based on Nigel turning around saying, oh yeah, probably I think you might like Terrifier. So that hasn't been released yet, so I haven't got it, so I haven't seen it. The magazine's not out yet, but I haven't seen Terrifier, so how can I be excited about it? Because I haven't really. So I'm behind the times with all of you. So next Next question. When I get one that I can answer.
For
The
me,
first time I saw the first Terrifier,
Yeah.
I hated it because I thought the acting was absolutely atrocious. And there was just, I didn't like the ending. There was just something about it, I just didn't like it. And then when I rewatched it, it was absolute opposite side of the coin. I absolutely loved it. I think Art the Clown's, what a creepy bastard he is.
Oh yeah,
He's definitely a good replacement, like for the next generation of like Jason, Michael, Freddy kind of stuff.
yeah. I was just about to say that he's the next one up that everyone will sort of not solidify. What am I trying to say? That they'll sort of signify as like the next horror icon for the newer generation. So yeah. And for me personally, I'm more excited for Terrifier 3. Even though I am excited for Maxine, I just think Terrifier 3 is something that we just need to see, especially with it being a Christmas horror film as well. I think it will draw a lot more attention to, well, not only them sort of films, but to Art the Clown himself. So.
Oh, I've also watched Violent Night. I forgot about that.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh, what's your thoughts?
I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. I was giggling my ass off all the way through. It was like, it was really violent. And I just absolutely loved the storyline. It's exactly what people said it is. It's like a violent Home Alone for adults.
Yeah.
But with a bit of comedy thrown in as well. Absolutely, I had an absolute ball with it. I loved it.
Awesome stuff, man.
And it's from the producers of Nobody as well, which is which is a good sign.
They what?
It's
from the producers of Nobody, the film that had Bob Odenkirk in it.
It's Nabbity Barbie, The Faces of Nobody.
It's by the producers of Nobody.
I've never heard of Nobody.
There's a film called Nobody, and the producers also made Violent Night.
And it flopped because there's no cunt in it.
Nobody.
That's right.
Bob Odenkirk.
Oh, I've seen that cover.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. It's
but really, I think for Violent Night, the trailer says it all, because I put the trailer in my blog tonight, and basically it's, I mean, just from the very beginning, you know, the lines in the bar. I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but he just says, you know, can you really drink Santa? You know, and he said, well, I sort of just steer. The reindeers do most of it, you know. It's sort of like jokes like that all the way through it that you know. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
I ordered that thinking it was a horror film.
It does sound like it.
Yeah, and then when I found out it wasn't one, I was like, oh shit, what have I done? I don't know why. Even when it was on the cinema, I assumed it was a horror film. And I thought he was Santa going around like being an evil Santa, murder everybody. Not at all. It's not what I expected. In fact, you know what? I think it's actually far better than I expected. Really had a blast with it.
And also just announced there is a sequel in the making as well. So that's been rumored. And
as long as I stop and don't start with Violent Night 10, we don't want another one of them. Thank you very much, producer, if you're watching.
We don't want David Harbour actually looking like fucking Santa.
You just don't want like the Santa Claus, and then just do Santa Claus 2 and Santa Claus 3. The first one was sort of like, all right, should have ended there. Didn't need a second one. Didn't need a third.
Agree, yeah.
You know, it was a nice Christmassy sort of like thing.
Are you talking about the one with Tim Allen?
Yeah.
They made
it was all right.
They made a Disney Plus TV show as well.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Jesus, work.
I'd like to go back to the days, right? Just thinking about music for a minute, where a flipping Christmas tune comes out from a band or something, talking about Christmas with all the sleighs and all that sort of stuff in it, and not some fucking thing from Pop Factor or an advert or some sort of pause or something like that. Because I mean, from my generation, you used to go to Christmas parties and then put on Christmas tunes, all the, you know, from Slade and all of this sort of stuff. And your generation, and I do look at you as sort of like, a younger generation. What have you got to listen to? Fucking Hallelujah from Pop Factor or something.
No, we have to suffer a Mariah fucking Carey every year. Can't stand that cunt.
Who has actually seen Violent Night?
I have, and it's absolutely brilliant. I saw it on the big screen as well.
Don't answer this then. This is just for Del Boy. When the film finishes, what song would you think is right? Bang! First song on right at the end.
I wouldn't have a clue.
I thought like an old song done by somebody like Michael.
Oh, you mean like Nat King Cole or something like that?
Whichever song, like bang,
or...
title start. What's the song on the end titles?
Yeah, I'll go with Jingle Bell Rock.
I was fucking bouncing in my chair. It was the Slade one.
Oh, it was Slade.
Yeah. I was over the moon because nobody's ever done it. I don't think.
Christmas.
Yeah, and I'm sure they played it in full.
That's what you want.
It sounded fantastic at the end of the film, like with these titles. I was like, "Oh, get in!"
I'd actually completely forgotten that was at the end.
It's Christmas, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's that sort of thing you want. I'm sorry, but that's what Christmas was to me. It was those 7 every year. Somebody was going, "I'm going to get the Christmas #1 this year," and it was like a competition. And then all of a sudden, it turned into Pop Factor, X Factor, load of shit that didn't have anything to do with Christmas.
Yeah, every year actually was.
Track.
When they said a Christmas #1, it was actually a Christmas song, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it was always a competition between Mariah fucking Carey and Michael Bublé.
Oh, and now it's all bloody Lad Baby, winning all the bloody things every year.
I thought I was the only one who remembered this, but I hadn't heard it for donkey's years, so then I actually heard it being played in Hill Street Centre in Mildred once years ago. But Waddy did one. Hey, Mr. Christmas. Do you remember it?
I know it was on the album because my mum had it. It
starts off like a choir of kids singing, "Hey, Mr. Christmas, we hope you're having fun." It's not the greatest song, but when I heard it, I was like, Jesus, that took me back to when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's actually not too bad. I'd rather have that than Lonely This Christmas. That bores me.
I won Wizards. I wish it could be Christmas every day. Is that right? Yeah, Wizard, wasn't it? By hooking a duck at the fair in my town in November. You had to hook a duck and they gave you a record and it was Wizard, so I wish it could be Christmas.
Good God.
That's how I got that single.
I think there's only one Christmas song I've ever liked, and I can never remember the name of it, but it starts off with "Snow is falling all around
me. Merry Christmas, everyone, Shakin' Stevens.
Yeah, that's it. It's the only Christmas song I've ever liked.
That's Merry Christmas, everyone. The Slade one is Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome stuff. We have Luke here saying, have any of you watched Nightmare on Elm Street 4? If you have, what are your thoughts?
It's shit.
And that's Ryan's thoughts over.
That's all I have to say. It's shit.
I've seen them all.
So it's my turn now because that's all he's got to say.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty shit. I used to really like it when it came out in the 80s, but looking back, I think I just wanted to love them all because I just absolutely loved the Elm Streets. But for me, 4 and 5 are the worst two of the lot. The 5th being the worst.
Yeah,
it's just corny. I don't like who they replaced. Patricia Arquette playing Kristen in it.
Yeah,
actress called Tuesday Night, and she can't act for fucking toffee. It's just pretty bad.
Yeah,
not Jason X bad, but it's not good.
No, I agree on that one. What about yourself, Delboy?
Yeah, I mean, can't fault what Nigel said, really. I mean, I can put myself back to when that film was just about to be released, and I remember the Sun newspaper was saying, "You've got to watch this film," and they had a double-page sort of like spread in the middle of the paper, and they were showing you pictures from it, and they were saying, "Oh, you've got to watch Nightmare on Elm Street 3. It's the best ever, gory. You won't believe it." And it became the blockbuster that it was because basically it raised its pedigree quite high. And then when the fourth one came out, I think everybody was excited because everybody did go and see that film, and watched it on video 6 months later, which is how things came out on video. And I was disappointed when I saw the fourth film, and the fifth one just blurs into what. So
fuck off, you bad bastard.
So I can sort of go back and go and remember that experience of being disappointed, but I can't remember me going back and watching it again and seeing whether my opinion changed. I think it did. I think it's a better film than I thought it was. It's just that I was expecting something when I was at the cinema because how big the third one was. I think that's my memory of that.
It's the reason why Nightmare on Elm Street should have just been a trilogy of movies. That's where it should have stayed. Because you have Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare. Oh god, that was atrocious. But it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Which brought night of tears. Looking from this.
No, I actually like Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare. I actually really like it. It's only 4 and 5 I've got the problem with.
Same here.
New Nightmare is brilliant.
Yet 4 is the highest gross in Elm Street of them all.
Yeah, probably because of that third one. You see, that's how I think how it works. It's like everybody went, "Oh, I'm going to go and see that," because I remember the third when the video came out, that topped the video charts for quite some time.
I think because of the first one, I think 2 made more money. But then I think after 2, because not everybody liked 2, 3 suffered a little bit for it.
Yeah.
But then 3 was that good. I think that's why 4 probably shot back up again.
Yeah.
But at that point, he was becoming a fucking stand-up comic, and it was like, man, away.
Well, at least they actually went back to the serious route when Wes Craven came back. I think that's the main part of like how serious Freddy is supposed to be. Even look, I still haven't got back to the remake yet, right? And to be honest, that's probably one of the last serious Nightmare on Elm Street movie you're going to see.
Yeah.
I thought Wes Craven's New Nightmare was absolute genius.
Yeah, it was.
It might not be the best film, but when you think about how well thought out it is and like how it plays, the actors are playing themselves, and as it goes on, you hear them start to slowly call each other their old character names and like, "What did you call me?"
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Called you John. You said Dad. You said Dad, didn't you? And it's weird the way that happens. So clever.
I think for me personally, looking at 4, I think in the fourth film, I think Freddy was just trying to be. He was just so over the top comedic. He was trying too hard. I was thinking, please fuck off, you candle-looking motherfucker.
The thing is, I suppose he was only following the script. I think he did ad-lib a bit, but even so, he only played it how he was told. So if I was the director, I'd have been like, you can fucking cut that out. He's supposed to be like a murderous, sinister.
Yeah.
But obviously the director must have said, no, let's sort of ham it up and make it more comedic, and it just spoiled it for me.
Yeah, let's turn it into the Leprechaun in space.
I'd have liked probably like 5 onwards to be closer to a character-driven story than a death. Let's watch the deaths and write a story around death sequences, which is what I think it ultimately was. If you go back, if you make it a character-driven story again, where he came from, why he was doing this, and make it darker based on all of that, then I think those stories would have been appreciated a lot more, rather than it's just death after death after death after death, and we'll tag a story around that, and Freddy is just in it. Do you know what I mean? Because that's how they came across to me as they kept going along. I think they probably addressed that in the remake. I don't know. I haven't seen the remake.
I do think that they did try a different storyline. for part 5. Unfortunately, they must have been on drugs because one of the taglines was "Freddy becomes a dad" or "a daddy."
Oh yeah.
What
Yeah.
the fuck? I will never, ever, ever forgive him or them or get it out of my head. But for that, it's a boy. Corey way that he does it.
Wasn't it in the
Oh,
trailer? Wasn't
cringe.
that
I'll buy
even in
Ryan.
the trailer? Wasn't that even in the
I think it
trailer?
was. I
It
think
was
it
in the
was. Yeah.
trailer, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah. I remember
you'd
the
have
trailer.
thought, Jesus Christ, that sounded bad. Let's cut that out. No, they left it in the film.
Yeah, they did.
They will do
However,
this.
that said, I still want a box set. And I do
Don't
want
we,
the
yeah.
uncut part 5. There is an uncut part 5. It's the unrated, and the only way you can get it is the US VHS, I think, and one of the laser discs. Somebody told me that when it came out over here, the original rental VHS had that version on. I don't know how true that is.
Oh, I didn't know. Remember that?
Come on, Scream Factory, pull your fingers out. Let's have a Nightmare on Elm Street box set.
According to Screen Factory, they've come on and said they tried last year, and Warner Bros. Wouldn't let them. And I thought, right, we're over a year later now. Have you tried again? Or if not, can somebody else do it? I'll be happy if Arrow did it.
Yeah.
When's the next anniversary of a Freddy one of the first Nightmare on Elm Street film?
The first one is 40 next year.
Well, you see, I always look at things as anniversaries as the best time to go. Do you know what?
Yeah,
That's
good point. I never
probably
thought of
why
that.
it's held back. You know what I mean? So
it came out 84.
yeah. So I bet you 2000.
So it's next year.
You 2024. You wait.
I do hope so.
Hopefully so.
It'll be jizz-tastic if that happens.
The only thing I don't want them to do is if Arrow do get their hands on it and release a box set, is if they make the fucking first one 4K and then all the rest of them are on Blu-ray.
Oh, that'll be. I
No.
don't think there's a licensing issue with Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't think there's a licensing issue.
No,
You see, the first Child's Play
New Line / Warner.
The reason for the Child's Play is that different studio that made the first one and then all the subsequent ones. That's all that is, and it's a shame.
MGM did the first one. Universal did the others.
Yeah, it's just a crying shame for that. But I don't think Nightmare on Elm Street would suffer that. No.
Hopefully not.
Oh, thankfully for me, though, I don't like the Child's Play films anymore. I think they're shit. So it doesn't bother me.
We have Minhajul here saying hello. Hello, Minhajul. Thank you for joining.
Good evening, sir.
We have Arman here saying recently watched the Hudsucker Proxy by the
You get arrested for watching shit like that.
by the Coen brothers, starring Tim Robbins and Paul Newman. Have any of you seen it? Thought it was great?
No, I haven't seen it, mate.
I've
Never heard of
it. Personally, to me, that sounds like a bit of a porno. I want to say, but no, I've never heard of it.
He might have heard of it.
No. I've watched a lot of Coen.
None of us are going to work.
I've watched a lot of Coen brothers films, and I haven't seen that one. No.
It did say Paul Newman there, didn't it?
Paul Newman and Tim Robbins.
So it's obviously not a modern film then if he's in it.
No,
It's
Never heard of it.
let me just check on YouTube when it came out.
I've got it right here, 1994.
Yeah, it was 94.
It's just a comedy.
Paul Newman was dead by then.
Well, being a Coen brothers, I would have said it was a comedy.
Yeah, it's a screwball comedy movie. It's what it is.
Oh.
Just looking from and Sam Raimi was also a co-writer on it as well.
Oh,
Co-writer. Okay.
Okay, that has now piqued my interest.
What you mean? What you mean? He did 2 pages of the script and they put his name there.
He didn't direct it. So.
Yeah, you remember it's the Coen brothers. They're quite actually they've done a lot of collaborations, the Coen brothers, and they're actually quite good with giving out praise. So I wouldn't be surprised actually if a lot of the script was of Sam Raimi is in there.
Especially
'cause
Leonard.
Yeah.
We
Leonard
have
going, yeah.
Menhojal here saying,
I
hope
didn't get
everyone is
it.
well included in the chat. All good, thank you.
Yeah, I'm
Menhojal.
doing good, mate.
I read that wrong there. I hope everyone is well included in the chat.
As well, included in the chat.
He also says, Jake, I'm so glad you're back doing more of your streams, and genuinely speaking, I'm so glad you're back on YouTube. Oh, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. MB22 says, if you have the choice from any box set for Arrow Video to release in 2024, what would be your dream box set?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I think that is the general consensus.
See,
I
Arrow
would
to me
rather
is a
Scream Factory get it, but if Scream Factory didn't do it, my second choice would be Arrow, definitely.
Yeah.
They've impressed the shit out of me with that Psycho one, so yeah.
Yeah.
Hard question. Fucking hell. Creepshow 1 and 2, that'll be good. Put together, because you got Creepshow 2 like on the label. So like, just in case people don't own a region free player. So I think that will be good for people. But I'll also say, looking at other like horror franchise, Nelly said it, film series. I would say Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's definitely needs to be done. 1, 2, and 3 all together in a box set.
What about you, Del Boy?
Well, I was going to say, I don't really get the question, because I always think of films as done by Universal and Warner. Then mentioned it a million times. I don't get it. Arrow's a distributor. What am I supposed to be answering? Because shall I say, oh, I'd love Arrow to do a carry-on box set? Well, I don't.
No, he asked for the distributor. He said, "What's your dream box set?"
By Arrow.
By anybody.
I thought it said by
Did
Arrow.
it say Arrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arrow Video. So I don't see, that's a distributor. I have no idea what I'd be answering to.
I think that people pick Arrow a lot because of the effort they put in. Like, you get the hard box, you get posters, booklets, that type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they also usually do really damn good 4K scans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why not do a carry-on then box set with a great big booklet in it, but with Arrow? I don't care that it's just Arrow all over it. Let's just have it. You know what I mean? I mentioned I put a similar sort of question to you, Nigel, the other day, and said, which would you rather have? Would you rather have a Dirty Harry collection? Would you rather have a director's collection? Would you rather have a 70s or an 80s? Because I was hoping everybody was going to say, stupid question, Dirty Harry every bloody time, because that's what everybody wants. So let's have a Dirty Harry Arrow collection, all 5, steel book, lovely, with loads of booklets in. You know, I'll be there.
How the hell there isn't already a Dirty Harry 4K box set? I have no idea. Why it hasn't happened yet, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think I'd personally, there's 2 things that popped into my mind straight away. Have you guys heard of the horror films The Collector and The Collection?
The Collector, I think.
I've heard of The Collector.
Yeah, so I watched The Collector.
I believe The Collector is on Blu-ray over here, but I don't know about The Collection.
So The Collection isn't. I have The Collector, but I'd like them to get a nice release by Arrow, or a second volume to the video store set.
Oh yes, I'm up for that.
Bring it on.
But I think that's bound sure to happen, though. I think. I don't think how it cannot happen. You know what I mean? If they've gone to the point of doing a paupers version, which sorry, I didn't mean to mention the pauper version. I mean, if they've got a second release of it, then as far as I'm concerned, they're going to do a second one. You know what I mean?
I think they did that as a little experiment, and I bet they were shitting themselves thinking, please sell. And now it's sold out that fast. There's got to be a volume 2. There might even be a volume 3.
And even if I'd like it to be not necessarily with the same packaging, if they change the color for each volume, like if they release 3 sets, maybe the next one be like yellow or red or just something like that.
I don't care what genre they put in because of how impressed I was with the last ones, but I would like them to stay with the 80s.
Yeah. Or maybe
I just want them to put the same time and effort into the next one. And
or maybe if they go back,
definitely.
maybe if they go backwards, they maybe go to the 70s next, and then the one after that be the 60s.
And I was speaking to my friend Denny, and what was in those boxes are also on Laserdisc. Now, looking at the rest Laserdisc of that particular distributor, there's quite a few that they can bring out. You know what I mean? I've got those Laserdiscs. He's sending them to me. I'll have them on Tuesday.
Wow!
Right, I'll be presenting them. You know what he's actually sent me. I think Nigel's already seen them. I sent him a video of what he actually sent me, saying this is on your way to you, Del boy, and he went through them. One of them was very rough. I think water got to it. But the titles that were there, I was going, do you know what? That's going to be in the second box set. Guaranteed that's going to be in the second box set. And there was I can't remember all the titles, but there's 11 of them. So I'll show those to you, and I'm guaranteeing you one of those will be in that second box set.
Yeah.
Or at least one.
Or at least one.
But please, let's have a second volume of that because
I'll
tell you what, if they bring a second out, if I enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the first one, I'll be very happy with it.
I'm on the hunt now for the plastic protector for it, Jake. So as soon as I get the dimensions right and go through the whole of that bloody site again, looking at dimensions and making my eyes go squiffy, I'll let you guys know. But I sent 2 more protectors to Nigel, and I think that he's got at least one for each of those cases, so he knows the numbers now for the type of marks they go into.
I put the biggest one together, and I think it's just a little bit too small for The Exorcist.
What about the Wolf of Wall Street?
I don't know if The Exorcist is just a little bit bigger than that average size. It's weird. They should make everything one standard size, really.
Yeah.
Or at least just two sizes. But there's that many, it's ridiculous.
I think I sent you a 2.7 and a 3, and they do a 3.5. But 3.5 would be too big if you're saying that it's just slightly too small, because you'd want 3.2. You see what I mean? To make it snug. But I bet you one of those fits Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, it would do, yeah. Definitely.
Actually, I was surprised in one of your blogs you didn't say Wolf of Wall Street as your favorite Scorsese film, because you were talking about it. Because you said two blogs ago, Wolf of Wall Street, I think that's my favorite Scorsese film. Then somebody asked you again and said, no, I think it's Taxi Driver. Or something.
I said Goodfellas, I think.
Goodfellas.
I said the Goodfellas, or what was the other one?
Make your bloody mind up.
I totally forgot about Wolf of Wall Street. What was the other one I said?
Sleepers.
Sleepers. That's right. You said Sleepers was
because
that's
you were talking. You wasn't talking about Scorsese.
Oh, what's your favourite De Niro film?
Yeah.
Ah, right.
What's your favourite De Niro film? That's why I said them two.
That's why I got it wrong then. Yeah.
Because then Keith mentioned This Boy's Life with DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I'm forever coming in and out of my room, and I swore blind it was Scorsese. I was going, bloody hell! Why am I getting things so wrong all the time?
We have Minhaljul here saying, I can't wait for Deadpool 3. What's everyone's excitement levels for this in 2024? Given Marvel is taking a step back, a break, time to course correct, hopefully. Nice, do you want to go first?
Oh, yeah.
My excitement level, probably a 0 to a -10.
He can label it in a film title, and that is Flatliners.
Yes.
Has it got a heartbeat? No.
Don't really know how many times people like to be told, fuck off with your Marvel, because they keep bringing it up. They must love to hear that. So I'm changing tactics. I'm not saying it anymore.
What about yourself, Del Boy?
Well, Marvel are on a hiatus only just because they can't bring out any more films with this writer's strike and the production stuff. I don't
That's nice.
whether they'll take
Boom.
stock, whether they'll take stock or not, I don't know. This is old Marvel for Deadpool 3, so it'd be probably like the second and the first one. From my point of view, he wasn't my favorite character. Merc with the mouth. He's just a gobshite with a gun. It's Ryan. Gobshite with a gun.
Oh, well, I'm so dedicated to bloody Deadpool.
Yeah, it's Ryan Reynolds. I've just worked out what Ryan is. It's Ryan.
No, be fucking Ryan Reynolds, man. Fuck off. For my opinion on Deadpool 3, I'll see where it goes. That's what he's doing. I'm just going to say where it goes. I'm not like big time for it. So, like, I'm not really that bothered.
No, the simple answer is I'll watch it. I'm not that excited because I've never been excited about any of them. They're not my favorite character. Popcorn movie, I'm sure I'll get entertained. That's it. That's all I'll say about it. And I'm a Marvel fan.
Ryan, anything else to add?
No,
Okay,
really.
quickly moving on then.
Except for fucking Truman Hornet and fucking Venom 3 coming out next year. Like, no one gives a shit about them.
Yeah.
I never gave a shite when they announced the first one. I went.
Fair enough.
Well,
We have MB22 saying, for me, my dream Arrow box set would be if Arrow Video released a Video Nasty set, maybe in phases.
Oh, fuck
So it
yes.
So it would be 4 or 5 different box sets, and they would have the entire Video Nasty collection in.
Oh, now that is an amazing thought.
Yeah, and I'm sure
That would be fantastic.
I'm sure Nike would have his tuppence all over that.
So if Arrow Video are watching, you've got a brilliant person here that you could employ. He'll put it all together for you. All you got to do is just have some lawyers behind you to clear the way, and he'll do the rest for you. There you are. I hope that gets you the job.
Unfortunately, 88 Films have already released some, and a couple of other companies have. So I can't see it happening.
But it would be nice.
It would be.
Depends on when licenses lapse, you see, isn't it? When they go.
And why stop at 4 box sets? Why not do like, I don't know, 20 box sets and do the entire lot, sections 1, 2, and 3? Let's have the fucking lot.
I guess the sort of thinking is though that you've got films in there like Friday the 13th, which are Paramount, so you'd have to get the licenses for that. And then I couldn't really see Arrow releasing Friday the 13th in any sort of capacity unless they done Jason X or Jason Goes to Hell.
The original Friday the 13th over here is Warner Brothers.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe, but it's a definite.
Which is weird.
Yeah, I think you have to look at the international license for that one, wouldn't you? I think.
Yeah.
We have Arman here saying Conjuring 1 or 2. Would have to say 2 for him. What about yourself, Nigel?
2. Absolutely love it.
Good stuff. Delboy?
Yeah, I enjoyed 2 as well.
Ryan?
Which movie was this?
Conjuring 1 or 2.
Oh, fuck them both. I didn't like them.
Oh, really? Yeah,
No,
surprised. Just surprised about that one, Ryan. That's all. Oh, okay.
That young lass out of the second one who plays the one. What do they call that? What do they call the real lass? It's not Helen. Janet. She plays Janet. Fucking hell, she's amazing. Yeah. And I thought, especially because of the accent, I thought she was an English actress. But if you watch the extra feature, she gets interviewed. She's actually American, but she does the Cockney accent as well. It's like a native tongue. What a hell of an actress she is! I'm surprised she hasn't gone on to bigger things already. Yeah.
I think Simon Mayo interviewed her on his film thing on BBC Two back in the day when that film came out, and I thought she was good in that.
Simon Salad Cream.
Yeah, salad cream.
Simon Cheesy Chips.
Not chips again. Jesus.
For me personally, I'd have to say Conjuring 2. We have Manhajul here with another Marvel question saying, have you heard Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and Deadpool, amongst many more surprises, are coming back for Avengers Secret Wars as they are part of the multiverse Secret Avengers? Yes, I have, and I've heard that Tobey Maguire and Hugh Jackman will be the leaders of the Avengers.
Have you heard that this stream is actually called Slasher Sunday?
I was about to say that. Because
Wolverine's got claws. He's
not fucking Marvel Monday, Slasher Sunday.
So I'm deeply looking through these comments, and half of it's just Marvel shit. So
yeah, it is. That's why I'm skipping through. MB22 says, has anyone seen the 1995 film Rumpelstiltskin? Horror comedy. I have a good time with it and never hear anyone mention it.
Never even heard of it?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, heard of it.
I've never heard of it.
I don't even think I don't think I know anybody who has seen it, to be honest.
See, as soon as I hear Rumpelstiltskin, I think of Shrek. That's what I think.
Rumpelstiltskin, if they did a fourth one.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh.
I can sort of see a cover, on the shelf with Rumpelstiltskin.
That's what I'm trying to imagine now.
And I don't think it was anything like what the fairy tale is about. Like there's a bloke or something in a window, or staring down with a great big fucking long hair or something. You know what I mean? I don't think it's just I can see the word Rumpelstiltskin, and I don't know why I'm getting this sort of blurry picture. Why can't I think of what the box looks like?
I'm getting in my head as well, like a sort of a witchy looking face with a fucking dirty, great big snoz and a pointy chin and all that shit.
Yeah, like a witch.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Here is a Marvel question that Nige can actually answer. It's from Arman, and he says, do you think Sony should have gave Andrew Garfield his third Spider-Man film?
Yes.
Yeah, I do as well. What about you, Del Boy?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, the second film was a mix, and it was all over the place, and some of it can be blamed on what was going on set at the time. The story though was all over the place. I'm not quite sure where they would have gone with the third film. It would have been into a dark place with the death of Gwen Stacy at the end of it. So it would have been interesting to see where it would have gone. But I've said that about the third film and the Sam Raimi. You don't know what happened to Mary Jane at the end of that. They're dancing and then the titles come up. So I'm always disappointed when they go, stop that, start something new. I was excited where it went to because it was going back into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's the first time Marvel have got their hands on it. And at that time, Marvel were doing big bucks.
Yeah.
But of course, we got Homecoming shit. And you see what I mean?
God, that was bad.
So when you got to the second film, which I thought Mysterio was done really well. Mysterio as a character was done really well. Not the story, the character was done really well. And the third film just blew it out of the park. That's what you want. That third film all the time in all of your films, but no, not going to get that. They can't keep hold of lightning in a bottle. Sam Raimi came close. He just screwed it up with the third film. So.
What about yourself, Ryan?
There's Spider-Man 3. Yeah, it should have been done. Like, he should have had at least 3 movies. Finish off that trilogy, and it would have been perfect. And that movie should have really been Rhino, I would say. But take away that mechanical suit and get a bit of the actual costume. That's what you needed. Or Scorpion.
I'm just going to say I've skipped through a load of comments because there is a lot of Marvel talk and also a lot of talking amongst each other. So I've had to scroll quite a way down. So the next comment is from Kel that says, my favourite De Niro film is Heat. That is a very good choice. Heat is a brilliant film.
I've had quite a few say that actually lately.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Definitely one of Michael Mann's best films.
So many good De Niro films, though.
It's hard to choose one because he's such a diverse actor, and he can fit so many different roles and go into so many different personalities that he's just. If you were looking for that sort of complete actor, and someone was like saying, "Oh, who can do this role perfectly and who can fit into that sort of personality?" The only person you could probably come up with is De Niro, even at his age now.
Nigel's had 2 people now recommend a film Awakenings to him now. He's had me to talk about it, and he's had the guy that was in Scott's stream on Friday turn around and said, Awakenings, what a film. So, you know, I mean, I'd like Nigel to see that because I'd like to see his opinion of it, but it is a bloody sad film.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is at the end. I mean, right.
So I've got to fucking sit and grin and bear Robin Williams for an hour and a half.
Yeah, well, all I'm saying is it's a good film. Forget the Robin Williams of past and just watch it for the film that it is. And I know that'd be difficult.
Yeah.
You know, just because Robin Williams is such a strong presence. But I mean, I put Robin Williams' comedic bit to one side. He was like Hudson, it was like Hudson on the River, is it, that he was in?
Yeah.
It was more like that, right? More like that, or yeah. Anyway, I looked at this film as more that type of character for Robin Williams, which is more straight-laced. Robin De Niro blew it out the park as the type of person who's just woken up, you know, because that's what it's about. Why it's called Awakening, and it's just so sad what happens. It's just a nice true story.
Oh, I didn't know it was a true story.
Oh, it's an invention of a drug that actually did get people out of comas. But they would not put the faith into putting any money into developing it further. So they basically all I won't ruin it all for you.
And the drug is called Jack Daniels. Do you want a sip of that? I'm awake.
Yeah, I'm awake. That's it. Sniff this. Yeah, scent of chibs or something. What are you going to call it? Yeah. Chebs or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Sniff this scent of pussy juice. That would get me awake.
Oh. We have Arman here saying, "Love the Iron Maiden, Nige."
Oh yes, get in there. I do love a fellow Maiden fan.
And we have Kel here saying, "Hiya guys, I prefer AC/DC, Nige."
Get out and don't come back.
We have Arman saying, "My favourite De Niro film would probably be The Irishman." Oh, God.
Unusual,
but
I haven't seen it yet, but
it's a good film.
I do want to.
It's sort of like they tried to sort of mix together Heat and Goodfellas and try and sort of bring back nostalgia, but they were too old for it.
I just thought it was a very stilted performance for De Niro in that, because all he did was he just came in and did his normal this and just doing what I was told to do. Right? And then just observing and not really doing much.
It's not one of Scorsese's best.
Yeah, I mean, De Niro in that film is great, but it's just he's doing a dial-in part from my point of view in that film. I love the film. Don't get me wrong.
And Nigel, if you do enjoy it, it'll be a bastard to try and get on Blu-ray because it was only released by Criterion.
Yeah, that's right.
In the States.
Over here.
Was it deleted now?
No, it was released by Criterion. In no other format. It was only Criterion.
No, it was it'd be a bastard to get hold of, as it was difficult to get hold of.
No, because I know you don't like Criterion.
Oh, I know, but I've got one of theirs. Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, true.
It's the only one I do have.
The only Criterion releases I've got now are Laserdisc. I haven't got any DVD or no. Say that wrong. I bought the American version of Some Like It Hot.
All right. We have Luke here saying, "Yeah, I agree. Kel, AC/DC are an amazing band."
Are they just trying to find another way to piss him off because he doesn't like Marvel?
Doesn't piss me off.
AC/DC in.
I know how basic AC/DC are. Their bass lines, dum 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 dum. Each to their own, though.
We have Film Review Central here saying the main man, Jake, with some great guests tonight. Thank you very much, mate. Saying, what movie would you love to watch in the cinema but didn't get a chance to? Oh, that is a good question. Start with you, Nigel. What's tickling your fancy? What's tickling your tuppence?
Well, to be some of the ones that I wanted to, I've now seen because like they're showing a lot of old stuff now, thankfully. So I've now seen Jaws about 5 times at the cinema, I think. 4 or 5 times, including the original time I saw, which was 1980. And I've just seen Friday the 13th and The Warriors as well. That's another 2 of my favourites. So I would love to see Creepshow at the cinema.
Yeah.
Especially that 4K transfer with all them, like the colours in it are absolutely beautiful.
You didn't see it at the cinema first time round? Creepshow?
No.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Awesome choices, Nigel. What about yourself, Delboy?
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think. You see, I finally got round to seeing Lawrence of Arabia at the cinema. That was fantastic, and I always wanted to see that film because it's such a widescreen film. You know what I mean? I think How the West Was Won I'd like to see because I've never seen that at the cinema, and it's done in such a unique way on film where they've stitched 3 film together to make it massively wide. Very weird optical lens effect in that film. So I'd like to see that.
Awesome stuff, mate. What about yourself, Ryan?
Oh, right. Past couple of weeks, I have been a bit annoyed because I missed out on a few stuff, and it was John Carpenter as well. I missed out on The Fog, saw it on Precinct 13. What else was there? Halloween is another one which I missed out on. So
didn't know that had been shown.
Me neither.
Yeah, it was at 8 o'clock on Halloween at Tyneside Cinema.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was fuming. But I went to see but I did see The Shining and Evil Dead again on the big screen. So wasn't a bit, you know. But the thing is, like, they are showing a double bill of In the Mouth of Madness and Prince of Darkness, but they put it on like one of the most daftest times. It's like 7 o'clock at night. That's the time when you normally go home. I was like, oh, I'm missing out. I know I haven't seen In the Mouth of Madness, and that would have been brilliant to see on the big screen as well, because like how underrated the film it really is, and it's just strange, but yeah, there's loads of things I can say, but it's the John Carpenter stuff that really, you know, is something that you got to see on the big screen. Plus Christine as well. Missed out on
that. For me personally, if I was at the age to see them when they come out, if they ever do go back into cinemas, I would love to see the first Harry Potter film. I think that would be a good experience at the cinema, and also the original Scream for me.
I think you got a good
saw
chance
both of them.
Really?
To say, I think you got a good chance with Harry Potter. That how that could not come back out as a sort of anniversary release. But yeah, of course, I've seen Scream and Harry Potter at the pictures. Those were the times where I was still going to the cinema and, you know, watching lots and lots of films, Gladiator, you know, all that.
Unfortunately, for my luck, the first Harry Potter was released 2 months after I was born. So,
yeah. I have to remember.
There's only Scream 5 that I haven't saw at the cinema. I've seen all the others at the pictures.
I've never seen. I never saw one at the cinema. Never seen a Scream.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, and that really bugs me that I missed one.
But the only chance I'd get to see Harry Potter is if it is an anniversary down the line, because I think it was either last year. Was it last year? No, it was 2 years ago. Was the 20th anniversary?
Christmas, man. The run at the cinema every single Christmas.
I'd probably have to wait at least another 3 years to see that in the cinema.
Well, no.
The 5th anniversary.
You will probably they put them on every single Christmas up here. It's bloody like unreal. But like
Really?
lately, they've been putting them on every single day last week, and you could have watched them in the 4D boxes. You could have watched them in that. They were showing all of them from first one to Death Hallows. So, but
So move
they
up
are
north.
good.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about it now.
Is it Ed Harris that's in The Mouth of Madness?
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen
No.
that one.
I reckon I've got that on Laserdisc. Is it the one where the devil is in the town and he's handing out all sorts of like he's got a shop or something and he's giving out items or something, that there's a consequence. Is that right?
No, that's not what In the Mouth of Madness is. It's basically like an investigation about a missing writer called
So I'm getting it mixed up. That's fine. I do get things mixed up, so
I don't even know that. I haven't even seen the first half hour of the movie.
We have Kel here saying, "Have you seen Totally Killer?"
Well, the one on Amazon? Nah, not yet. And I've got time travel in it.
Never heard of it. What about yourself, Del Boy?
No.
Sorry about that, Kel.
Sorry.
No, haven't heard of them. I've scrolled too far down. We have Arman here saying, "Have any of you guys seen The Untouchables with Kevin Costner?"
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Once, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Another good De Niro film. And Sean Connery as well. Fantastic film. We have Minhaljal here saying, "Apologies, Nige. Love those crisps. Leave those crisps alone."
Leave those crisps alone. Pink Floyd song always seems to come back. Oi, father, leave those crisps alone. That's Pete to his dad when he nicks the crisps.
We have Kel here saying, "I've got a spare copy if you haven't got it, Nige."
What of?
I'm not too sure.
By the way, the film I was getting mixed up with was Needful Things.
Or it might be Heat. It could be one of the two.
I've got Heat.
It's getting a bit heat. There's a bit of heat in there.
I found something in my jacket pocket that I didn't know I had the other day. Do you remember when I said I used to go to that record shop, sounded out until the owner passed away, Tom? I vaguely remember now, but Laura said to me, I went, "Where did I get these from?" She went, "Tom give you them." There must be a promo thing because there's no barcode or anything. But they are trump cards and they're all horror films.
Oh, wow.
Pop trumps.
I can't tell you mine because mine are Marvel top trumps.
So I took them out and had a look and I was like, bloody hell. The Wicker Man was in there. The Shining. A strange location. What the hell that is that like? I don't know which Finder General. Joas.
Pardon me.
28 Days Later. That's the soundtrack cover, I think. Stridulum, also known as The Visitor.
Oh, wow.
Friday the 13th. Part 1, 2, and 3 soundtrack with 3D glasses. I do have that. The Thing.
That's nice.
I think these are actually all soundtrack covers. They are. The Dunwich Horror.
Never
it's got. I think it's got pop in the title, so it probably is album covers.
Silence of the Lambs.
Pop trumps. Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to do with it. Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, The Voodoo Session. That must be Roy Castle. La Morte a Careza a Mezzanotte. Yes.
Yeah,
that's House of something, I'm assuming.
I've got all of them films.
You get the doctors with that. Dawn of the Dead.
It's got even got various artists at the top.
Suspiria.
Superior.
Tutti I Colori del Buio. That's easy for you to say.
I had that for breakfast.
Eugenie, the story of her journey into perversion. I actually want that on 4K.
Never heard of it.
Ooh. Christopher Lee's in it. Diabolica.
Right.
Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, that's a nice one.
I remember that Rosemary's Baby.
Blood on Satan's Claw. I love that film. Look at that Japanese pressing of Halloween.
Oh,
They're very nice. The original
fit
Evil
your
Dead,
topics.
that's like rocking horse shit. The Omen, I've got that one.
it's a nice one.
Another Jerry Goldsmith.
Yeah.
The original Exorcist.
Oh, I'm getting these.
Fog.
Vanessa Saraband, yeah.
The Amityville Horror.
That's a nice one.
Wow, Lalo Schifrin.
Reanimator.
Yeah.
Never seen that.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's a fun film.
Under the Skin. Under the
Oh, right,
Foreskin. Never heard of that. The Boogeyman. I've got that. The Shock. Never heard of that.
I
That
don't
looks
think
very
these.
British.
I don't think these are too old, are they? Because Under the Skin is that Scarlett Johansson film, isn't it? That we've
Yeah.
all turned around and said to you, Nigel, you need to watch.
Under the Skin. 2014.
Yeah, so those cards they can't be that old, can they?
Look at this. It's got I didn't realise. It's got the mint value on these.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's probably a figure, like you know how Top Trumps works, don't you? I'm going to play this card, and you read out the number, which is the largest number, and the next card you got to do has got to beat it. That's how it works. Top Trumps, but it's Pop Trumps.
No, I've never played it. But this mint value must be right because it's saying the Wicker Man is 75 and the Shining is 150.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Shock sounds very British. I've never heard of that.
I
That's
am
worth
shocked.
75. Una Sul Ultra. What the fuck is that?
Italian.
That looks like porn.
Yeah, but don't
Brian-
all the Italian films look a bit like that?
Brian, you heard of this one?
On their quad covers.
Nosferatu.
Yeah, I've got that cover on the actual box set, Box of Blood, haven't I?
Oh, one of my favourites, Eraserhead.
I've
Yeah,
never seen
yeah.
that.
What a pile of
Weird.
shit.
Weird film that is.
Turn it off in 10 minutes.
Holy shit, I knew this was worth a bit like. The original pressing of The Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue.
Oh,
Mint
no,
value, it's worth 300 quid.
There's that, isn't that?
Maniac.
Oh, great film.
I don't have that cover. That one's worth £100, but I do have a repress of that in this. It's a lovely colour as well. Out Off.
Never heard of it.
Can't see it. It was a bit blurry then for me.
It looks like a violent Mick Jagger's mouth.
Right. Yeah. It does. I can see the tongue now and everything. Weird.
Like the
thing
Rolling
that is.
Stones logo drawn by a
Yeah.
kid.
Take that fucking tongue away from me.
Oi,
Hell.
Jagger, take that tongue away. Phantasm.
Oh, wow.
Shit, that is shit.
On very Sarabande. Mint value, £75.
I mean, Nigel knows that I was part of the Verasa Saraband club, and we used to get the catalogues through, and then they'd show you all the previous albums. Used to love Verasa Saraband.
This is one of my grails. I've got a repress, but I want this one. Night of the Living Dead, the original very Saraband one.
Oh, with the green lettering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and the Evil Dead. I love them. The Shuttered Room from 2012. Never heard of that.
Me neither.
Basil Kirchin. Why have I heard that name? No,
Prom
what
night,
score?
Japanese.
What other scores has Basil Kirchin done?
Never heard of him.
Oh yeah, I have.
And his brother, Brush.
Japanese
Kirchin.
prom night.
What's going on
Mint
with
value
earnings?
£120. That's not bad for a Japanese.
No.
Prom night was done by Paul Zaza, who did My Bloody Valentine.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Nocturna, never heard of that.
I've heard of Nocturnal
Yeah,
Animals.
I've
Never
heard
heard of that.
of
It
this.
looks like a vampire film.
That looks shit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like Twilight.
Mint value of £5.
No, that's a good one to
Red
go after. Then,
Sarah.
Oh, right.
Scraping the barrel here a bit now.
Who gave you those cards then? Was that a Christmas present or something? From
Just give me
7
them
years
in the
ago?
shop one day, though. He must have got them off like a rep or something. And he just
Yeah.
give me them.
It's very good.
Oh, very nice. The bird with the crystal plumage.
Oh wow, what you know, well
Oh,
known.
I've
isn't
never
it,
seen
one?
that before. 1970, mint
Yeah.
value, 80 quid.
That's not
More
too
than that
bad.
now. I think that value. I think that value is wrong now.
Yeah. Apocalypse Damani.
Yeah.
If you say so.
I've got the sequel to that as well.
I
All of
think
them.
I've seen that one.
1976, Bernard Herrmann, Psycho.
Oh wow, brilliant! That is fantastic.
What have you done to Solange? That sounds
What
like a
the
posh.
fuck?
That sounds like a posh word for tuppence.
Yeah, I've got a sequel. What the fuck have you done to my flange?
A 7-inch single, main theme from Theatre of Blood.
Oh,
Oh, Theatre of Blood's brilliant.
Didn't know that existed.
Show
Mint
that one
value,
again.
30 quid.
Show that one again. Yeah, I do know a little bit about that one.
Michael J. Lewis and his orchestra.
Yeah, Michael J. Lewis came on to do Theatre of Blood, and he didn't want to do it because he wanted to do a non-comedy horror, and he thought there were too many comedy elements in it. He still actually got all the written paper and the score, and he said that he brought it out as a single. So he did
That's
bring out
supposed to be a comedy horror.
Yeah. Well, compared to what he'd done before, he did The Man Who Haunted Himself, which has got literally no comedy in it.
An original 1975 Deep Red.
oh, that's nice.
Value 100 quid. Another
It's not
7-inch
terrible.
single. The Innocents. Theme from The Innocents. All right, then, yeah. That's worth
Value, £2.
80 quid on Decca.
Oh,
Never even heard of that.
I haven't heard those two names at the top either.
Oh,
Either.
nice. A Bay of Blood.
Bay of Blood, yeah.
oh, nice.
Video Nasty, section 1. Witch Hunt.
Which cunt?
Which cunt released this? 7-inch single.
It looks like a jam jar.
Blackula.
Oh, well, we must have seen Blackula. We all have, haven't we? Blackula, I have.
I haven't.
Oh,
I've got them both on Blu-ray. Like a double set.
Fucking hell.
Only Lovers Left Alive.
You've all
We're
seen
nearly at the end now.
Zoltan. You've all seen Zoltan as well, haven't you? Zoltan, Hound of Dracula.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, look at this. Original 1981, The Beyond.
Oh,
I remember that cover.
Worth £350.
Oh,
Jesus.
Another Video Nasty, Shogun Assassin.
Shogun Assassin, yeah. Recognise the cover as well.
And the last one, is Daughters of Darkness. I've got that film.
Oh, I haven't.
Never heard of it.
Okay, Daughters of Darkness. Nope.
Nice cover.
It's not great. Holy shit, that's worth £300 as well. And that's it. The other ones are How to Play.
Yeah.
Nice
Nice little thing to remember him by, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you read out one of the largest numbers, and then the other person has to put their card with a greater number than that. And that's how you win the card.
Oh, so they must go by the valuation of the
Top trump.
record
See?
then.
So there's 4 different numbers that they could have read out, because you could have said, I'm going to go with value on this one and say 350 quid. And then they'll have to go through their deck and find something above 350 quid to actually win that card. But you see, if you've got the top card, haven't you, that's got the greatest value, you've got no fucking chance, have you?
Yeah.
So,
No, so they put the valuable ones on the front.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're nice though, Nige.
Yeah, they're nice, they're man.
And I like the way they call.
Put me jacket on the
top
top. I went, what the hell's this? I went, where the hell have they come from? And she went, oh, Tom gave you them. I went, sounded out. She went, yeah. Well, do I remember them? And now it's like kind of come back to me a little bit.
Yeah.
Bless him.
I like that. Pop trumps, because it's top trumps, you see. It's supposed to be pop trumps. That's great.
God rest his soul. Thank you very much, Tom.
They are really nice. We have MB22 here saying, talking about Kevin Costner, he was in a good film with Ashton
we?
Kutcher called The Guardian. Anyone heard of this one?
Guardian.
No, never heard of it. But Kel does say that it's superb. Definitely one to keep an eye out for. We have Sai here. Hi, Sai. Saying, how well do you think Elm Street would have gone if they would have stuck with David Warner as Freddy Krueger?
Ugh.
What do you think, Nige?
I still think it would have gone really well because David Warner's a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
But we'll never know. And now I can't imagine anybody else doing it but Robert Englund, which is why everybody else says it. Because if David Warner had got it, you'd have probably thought the same thing about him.
Yeah.
And it would have got David Warner a hell of a lot of work as well. I can't remember why he turned it down now. Because he did actually do some makeup tests. There is photos of him in the makeup. It must have been an early thing, like, but they would have had to have tweaked it a bit because the makeup looked a bit on the shit side. I remember that. But yeah, it came very close, I'm sure. But I don't know what the reason. He either turned it down or backed out or something.
Weird one, that. What about yourself, Delboy?
Well, yeah, I love David Warner. Lots of films that I've seen him in that are absolutely wonderful. I wouldn't know anything about the history of Nightmare on Elm Street, with David Warner and how that happened, why he turned it down or anything like that. But David Warner was a fantastic character actor. Of course, I could think of him portraying a great character. But like Nigel said, you see somebody play it, you then play it again and a couple of times, and then you can't think of any other person playing it. But for many years, just going to Marvel just briefly, I couldn't think of anybody other than playing Bruce Banner than Bill Bixby. Well, what a bloody I can't think of anybody else that would show so much sort of like emotion and sentiment and loneliness in a character than that character there. And I couldn't think of anybody else that would do it. There obviously is actors out there that would, but it's just synonymous. So same thing.
I do think if David Warner did it, there wouldn't have been as many sequels, though.
No. I don't think so either. I think they would have stuck to the trilogy.
He would have let it drag on that long. He does loads of stuff.
How many sequels did he do? Not many, was there?
David Warner?
Yeah.
I can't even think of any.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I think you see, this is the thing. I think David Warner has reprised himself in series of films, but not in sequels. So David Warner appeared in at least 3 Star Trek films, but he wasn't the same character in each of them. So he's appeared in a series of them, but not as the same character. I don't think he's ever done a sequel.
Wow.
Can't think of one.
I know he's in a sequel, but he wasn't in the original. He was only in one sequel.
Yeah.
Scream 2. But for him to actually play a part and then reprise it later on, I can't think of any.
No.
That might have been the stumbling point.
I think though, because of like of what the type of actor he is, he's done so much stuff. I think you might have been lucky to get up to 3 or 4 Elm Streets with him, and then I think he would have like jacked in. Nah, I've had enough now.
Yeah.
I want to move on to do something else.
What about yourself, Ryan?
I never knew David when I was actually auditioned to be in Nightmare on Elm Street, so that's the first for me. So, yeah, I would see it, but I haven't really seen that many stuff with David Warner in, so I can't really comment. But if looking at David Warner, on the other hand, like looking at him, he's done a really lot of stuff for Big Finish, which I noticed, and I've heard him playing the roles of the Doctor. Oh my God, he would have done a really good job. I can just tell. You can tell he would have. I can tell he would have done a really good job if he did do the main show, if he was asked. But so that's one thing. But I also really enjoyed him playing Jack the Ripper in Time After Time. My God, he was brilliant in that. Plus, like waxwork and stuff like that as well.
He's also fantastic and underrated in Straw Dogs. That was a bit of a different part for him.
Never heard of that.
It was banned over here for years. It's got Dustin Hoffman in, Susan George. It did get a remake with Bill Skarsgård's brother in, but the original,
right?
There's a rape scene in it. It's Susan George, and I thought, I don't know why it was banned, but then I'm thinking about it. I reckon it was because like it kind of starts off as a rape scene, then she ends up getting into it and enjoying it. You can see by her face, and you're thinking, "Holy shit, what is going on here?"
Yeah.
But David Warner plays like I don't know how to say this and stay politically correct because I can't. He plays the town.
Not.
No, he's a bit backward. Very quiet and that, but he's
right.
People like they don't like the kids being near him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he does it really, really well.
I get what you mean. I personally think if David Warner would have done Freddy Krueger, I don't think he would have mucked about with doing sequels. So that may have been a bit of a dampener and why he didn't decide to go for the role. But some of the sequels are good. So in the end, it wasn't such a bad thing.
Can you imagine David Warner going, "It's a boy"? Doing fuck off, I'm not saying that.
Or can you imagine David Warner saying, "Welcome to my world, bitch"? No.
No, I think it would have been a different script, but I just think that it would have been a more serious character all the way through, depending on how many sequels there were.
Yeah.
Whether it would have been as good, I don't know. It's one of them things we will never ever know.
No. We have MB22 here saying De Niro was in so many good films. My personal favourites are Bronx Tale and Once Upon a Time in America. Definitely 2 fantastic films there.
I've still got to see that.
Once Upon a Time in America is fantastic.
Yeah,
I've never seen that. I've seen a Bronx Tale once, and I remember absolutely loving it.
Yeah.
The guy who's in it, he's also in Rizzoli and Isles. He plays the copper's dad. I don't remember much about it apart from the fact that I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a great film.
God, that must have been out in the 90s.
Yeah, I think it was.
You've seen Once Upon a Time in the West now, haven't you? You said you got round to watching that now, haven't you?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. So Once Upon a Time in America, I was going to say, is sort of structurally similar, except it's gangsters. It's like 1920s New York streets.
3.5 hours long.
Yeah. So Once Upon a
How
Time in
many?
America.
3.5 hours
Yeah,
long.
it's 3.5. It's an epic.
It's on the thing.
Did Fran know who directed it?
Leone.
Leone.
Oh,
So you actually said it yourself when I got you Once Upon a Time in the West. You looked at the back and went, "Fucking hell, I've got to leave some time for this one." Like 2 hours 50 minutes or something. I think you
so
said.
Yeah,
are they
it's
the
on
same
Three and a Half.
director?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
That's why it's called Once Upon a Time in America. Once Upon a Time in the West.
There's only the two, or is there more?
There was supposed to be. There is a third. There was supposed to be a third. It was supposed to be a third. I don't think it came out.
De Niro is fantastic in it, and it doesn't feel like 3.5 hours.
No, they don't. I mean, Once Upon a Time, just time flies by when I'm watching some Once Upon a Time in the West. God.
I only found out the other day as well that A Bronx Tale was actually De Niro's directorial debut. I didn't even know he directed it.
Yeah, it was 1994.
Wow.
My amusement to that is he didn't do anything else.
No.
And yeah,
It's the only thing he directed.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if that's on purpose, because it can't be about how it was received, because I think it got good critical reviews, but it didn't make a lot of money. It didn't make a lot of money at the time. It made a lot of money on sort of like video releases and all of that sort of stuff, but they never really counted that as a success.
I think the main problem, well, looking at it, and this is just assuming, it came out around the same sort of time as Casino and Goodfellas.
Yeah.
So with having De Niro in it, people were probably thinking, "Oh yeah, another good mob film to get our teeth into," and then they were disappointed at the fact that it wasn't so much like them two, and it was directed by him.
Yeah, could be right on that.
But yeah, it's still.
Must admit, Casino and Goodfellas take some beating though.
Yeah.
Flipping heck, yeah.
We have MB22 here saying Awakenings is really good. It is really good with Robin Williams. Love that. I'm sure it's on Netflix.
Hey, could be that what she meant when she said she's got a spare one.
Could be. I'm going to leave this next comment up for Del Boy.
Hey? Time for clock.
I wasn't expecting that.
Well, I actually left the comment. I left the comment like that for you, Jake, because he said you're doing a stream, and I said 8 o'clock.
Right.
I like the way Cox in capitals to emphasise it as well.
The next one's for Nige.
Go.
Goodness gracious me.
Goodness gracious.
I haven't said that for a while either.
Goodness gracious me.
Now then, goodness gracious me, boys and girls. Mm-hmm.
Oh, how does he remember this shit?
I have no idea. Absolutely no idea.
Is your brain a time capsule or something? MB22 says a great performance from Robert Williams, on par with Good Will Hunting and Insomnia, one of his more serious roles.
Yeah. That's Awakenings.
We have Kel saying Luke's my son.
Huh?
Oh,
yeah, I put 2 and 2 together.
I didn't.
Because
I would like to know what this film is that you've got spare those still.
Because Luke's just put back lol.
Whoa. That always reminds me of Sammy G, that lol.
Talking of Sammy G, here he is. Sammy G.
Hey, stinging in the minging.
He says, I agree, Nige. I'd love to see Creepshow at the cinema, as it would be the first time watch for me.
I was just surprised. That's all.
If that comes on, mate, we'll do it.
I saw it at the cinema. I just so
I'll have been 14 at the time, so technically I was a year too young. But when I seen it at home on video the following year, I'm glad I didn't see it in the pictures because I'd have fucking shit myself.
No, I saw it
literally.
I saw it at a Fangoria festival, one of those 72-hour horror fests where they just put film after film after film, which is why I saw a number of films like those cannibal apocalypse films and all those sort of films. Creepshow was just there, and I saw it then.
Really weird to watch the American version. It starts with the old Warner Brothers logo with a red background and
Warner Brothers.
when you watch a UK one,
Warner
you get
Brothers
that
used
alpha thing. It's what a fucking run.
Warner Brothers used to like changing their logos, because if you look at Omega Man, Charlton Heston, it's a totally different Warner Brothers symbol there as well. They just need to keep. They used to keep just changing their logos all the time. Really weird.
Kel says, "I love horror films, old and new." Not so much new.
Oh
but
yes,
I prefer older horror films.
80s are my favourites.
Yeah, same.
But then again, I love all the Hammer ones, and I love the
Yeah.
black and white Universal monster ones as well.
I wish them noisy cunts next door would keep it down.
But they're doing banging.
Yeah. He
Like
plays
shagging banging, I mean.
Nah, he's I don't know what it is, but I know the guy next door is a priest. Like, he works at a church, and about sometimes it can start at any time between midnight and 3 a.m. He'll start playing his organ.
Oh Christ, his organ, eh?
I think he's got Elton John in.
Filthy priest.
I think he's got Elton John in there. Good on the piano, sax and organs.
He's got Elton John in there, giving him a quick peel and polish.
We have.
And in case anybody comes on and goes, "What's the peel and polish?"
Yeah.
Peel polish.
We have Mr. Stinging in an area saying, agreed, Ryan. A bit of a shame we didn't get at least another screening of In the Mouth of Madness, as it's one of the Carpenter ones that I haven't seen.
Yeah,
Carpenter ones.
Kel says, Heat Night.
Yeah, I've got it. Thank you very much. So it is a cracking film.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Actually, a good role for Val Kilmer for once. Kel also says, have you seen Seven with Brad Pitt and Kevin Spacey?
Yes.
Another fantastic film. Very good.
That is another film that is absolutely screaming for a 4K release.
Yeah. Kevin Spacey in that film is one evil fucker.
He certainly is. What a film that is.
Yeah.
Look at him now, he's still a fucking evil fucker.
Well, I showed you my deluxe laserdisc of that one, didn't I? So cost me 109 quid. For that one.
Wow.
They
£109.
109 pounds. They silver backed the film so that when light hit it, light went through it, and everything therefore was stopped by the silver foil was black. So it made black really black.
Yeah.
That release. And it cost a fortune. Wow. So they silver backed the film. Cost a fortune. So you just imagine how that would look, getting that negative and pressing that on 4K blacks. I mean, for God's sake, there'd be no black, would there? Because silver stopped it. So, it would be a fantastic transfer. Fantastic.
We have Mr. Jamie Powell here saying, good evening, fellas. Nice to see such a good bunch. Hope you're all well. Had a wonderful time at Comic-Con. Anyone been to one?
Yes. I'll be one this year. I went to the Comic-Con Northeast one at the Hotel Arena, which is now going to get changed to, I think it's going to be the Sage now. So it's getting another name change, because the Sage in Gateshead is now called the Glass Center. So everything's getting changed. So it was good. It was mostly like the cast of bloody Buffy, all that kind of stuff. So I was like, it was a bit of a shame. The only people that I really wanted to meet was Nick Frost and Sean Pertwee anyway. So it wasn't that many. Who else was there? The guy who plays Atreyu from Neverending Story was there as well.
Oh, right, okay.
This is simple Comic-Con, really, who you see every year.
What about you, Nige?
I've been to one. I think it was a Comic-Con as well. It was in Sheffield, and I saw. I met Robert Englund, and Amanda Wiss, who plays Tina in the first Elm Street.
Ooh.
Oh, right, okay.
We got our photo took sat in the Delirium, is it called? The car in Back to the Future.
DeLorean.
The DeLorean.
DeLorean, I was close.
Hmm.
Apparently, if you went to the London one, Michael J. Fox was there with it as well, which is a shame. I'd love to have seen him. And I got a couple of T-shirts as well when I was there. I got a Halloween and Night of the Living Dead T-shirt. But yeah, that was the reason we went. It was for Robert Englund.
What about yourself, Del Boy?
Oh, been to a few. I think the last one was in Aylesbury about 6 years ago. Yeah, because that's where I met Colin Baker and a couple of people from the Game of Thrones. And they were teaching people how to fight with lightsabers and all sorts of stuff going on. Weird way, a weird Comic Con, really, because when I went to Comic Con, my first Comic Con, and it was in 1994 in San Diego, where it actually was a comic convention. It wasn't people dressing up. Right? You went there to see your favorite artist or writer and get them to sign your comic books.
Yeah.
None of this dressing up. So when a Comic Con came to my hometown, and when I went to one in Milton Keynes, I went to one in Aylesbury, and all those people dressing up as Planet of the Apes and that, I always thought it looked good, and wow, yeah, you could actually be in the films and everything, but I still thought it was a bit weird. And of course, in America,
I didn't dress up. I felt the right twat.
Wow, yeah.
The only two Comic Cons I've ever been to, I went to one at the XL Olympia Centre in 2013. That was just a standard Comic Con. I wasn't there for very long because there was no one really to meet. And then the second time I went was in 2018, which was London Film and Comic Con, which is where I met James Dew Courtney, who played Michael Myers in Halloween 2018. I met Matthew Lillard.
Wow.
And what's his name? He played Draco Malfoy.
Tom Felton.
Tom Felton, that's it. And I was meant to go to the one that Jamie went to today or yesterday, the winter one, which had Tony Todd there, but I just didn't have the money for it, so I'll probably end up going next year. But sometimes it was the one at 2018. Honestly, it was such a difference because I was mainly there to like obviously meet the celebrities and have a look around and buy stuff and stuff like that. But some of the things you see is fucking hysterical. Like I saw someone dressed up as Fat Superman, and there were things coming out that shouldn't have been coming out. I saw a bloke dressed up as Velma. I saw a bloke dressed up as Velma from Scooby Doo. There were some sights there, but overall it was really enjoyable, and I wish I could have gone this year.
I don't
know how they get away with it in America. I've seen some of the costumes; they dress up like as Vampirella, and that. The costumes are fucking skimpy. How you get away with that?
But it's not that
much arse cheek and all that sort of stuff.
It's not that expensive either. It's like £20-25 a ticket.
Yeah.
So it's not that expensive. I just didn't have the funds to obviously. I had the funds for the ticket, but just didn't have any money for anything else. So I would have just been walking around like a farting around.
The price of the autographs now, it's getting fucking disgusting.
I think
they just absolutely rip you off.
For Tom Felton, I think I paid £230 to meet him.
Fuck.
Whereas Matthew Lillard was like £30.
This is what I mean. When I went to the San Diego Comic Con in 1994, you didn't even pay for a signature. You paid at the door to get in, and you just lined up and you had your comic signed. It didn't cost you a penny.
San Diego,
they were happy to do that.
Yeah.
Now it's all turned into 50 quid. And I'll have it. Oh, if you want a photo, it's 60. Fuck off.
And then greed introduced itself.
Yeah. Agents. It's all agents, I think.
Sometimes with meeting people at Comic-Con, you can get what I done was with Tom Felton is like it was one big price where you got like a gift with it. You could either have something of your choice for him to sign, or like you could get something from the table or the convention for him to sign, and then a photo with him. But if you wanted to just have the autograph, that was a different price, as well as having to pay for a photo with him.
Yeah.
So,
It's the reason why I prefer the photo ops, to be honest, because it's more worth it. You get an actual photo printed out. And just take a photo on your phone.
Have you seen the photo of me with Robert England?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing that pop up on me.
He's got his hand up his shoulder, going like, I have the fucking gloves on. Now, technically, I should have been shitting myself, but I couldn't stop. I was pissing myself. I think if you had the makeup on, I'd have been like, I'm not going anywhere near that fucker.
At that Comic-Con, my mate met Jason Momoa, and he paid £250 to meet him, and Jason Momoa barely spoke to him and just signed his name. Just signed Jason Momoa on the Aquaman poster, didn't even sign my mate's name on it. He was a right miserable. See you next Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
We have Luke.
Sean Burton. I'm not just saying
everything I got signed off both of them. They put my name. They dedicated it to me.
Yeah, James D. Courtney put mine on, and Matthew Lillard as well, and Tom Pelton. They all put my name on it, but Jason Momoa wasn't budging.
I see what you did there. How dare you swear on here? See you next year. I see what you've done there. I demand that you change that last word to Thursday.
I demand you change it to cunt.
Yeah, well, I would have been a cunt if I would have said that.
Hey, I tell you what, one of the nicest things I've got, my mate who was the singer in my other band when we were going, he went to some convention and Harry Manfredini was there, who did the music for Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
And he bought me a Friday the 13th Part 8 soundtrack, and Harry Manfredini signed it. And he also put my name and put Rock God on it as well. So I've actually got Rock God wrote by Harry Manfredini in gold.
Yeah, you want to keep
that? Was buzzing me tits off when he brought me that.
Have you still got it?
Yeah, by God, have I.
Yeah. Well, it's just that you lost so much, didn't you? You had all sorts of stuff with laserdiscs.
Oh, no, this is like while I was with Laura, I got all these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it.
I mean, I don't know, you see, so I just have to ask that question.
I did have that version because there was two pressings at the time of it. There was the retail variant and the subscriber variant. I had both, so I kept the one, obviously with the autograph on, and the other one that I had that was the same as that. I just sold it.
We're going to go to the end of the comments and then think about wrapping things up.
Mm-hmm.
If that's all right with everyone.
Yeah.
We have Luke's World of Movies and TV saying, amazing pop trumps, Nige.
Oh, cheers, Risk.
Jamie Powell says, anyone seen the new Exorcist film? It got a lot of hate, but I really enjoyed it.
That's an interesting one.
I haven't seen it.
I need to watch it because I've got it pre-ordered, and if it's shit, I'll be cancelling the order. I like it, I'll just keep the order. But I need to watch it quick. What are you laughing at, you bellend? I'm going, if it's shit, I'll cancel it. All here is.
What was you going to say, Ryan?
Well, me. Same
but your name is Ryan.
Shit. Well, yeah. I just said it's fucking shit. I've said it about 3 fucking times. It's fucking shit.
Okay.
What were you going to say, Ryan? Who, me? No. Your fucking neighbour.
What about you, Doughboy?
Oh, I've got it pre-ordered. I haven't seen it, but I always go into films that everybody tells me is shit with an open mind. So as far as I'm concerned, you can say shit as much as you want until I've actually gone to see it. There's no official answer. So I'll just go in there and I'll try and go in without listening to all of the other people have done, and then I'll come out and go, that's what I think of it.
Yeah.
And that's how I do it with all films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To the people who saying it's shit, you've got to realise that I love Jaws: The Revenge, and I love the Elm Street remake. So chances are I may well like it.
Yeah, it all depends on whether there's something in the film that speaks to you on that level.
Yeah.
And just because it didn't reach you on that level doesn't mean it's shit. I will.
Do you know, if I
always
enjoy it only half as much as the original, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, because we've all seen the second one.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe that it can be that bad, but somebody's actually said that The Exorcist 2 is a masterpiece compared to this. I don't believe that for 1 second.
That's just somebody.
I do not believe that for 1 second.
That is somebody trying to get attention. That is. I look at that as. Sorry, but
we have Kel here saying, "I had Blackula on and out of print, but can't find it." Well,
is it the Screen Factory one? That's the one I've got. The Screen Factory is the American one, but the UK have got it as well. I think it might be Eureka who released it over here.
I think so.
And I'm sure you can still get it. But I know the Screen Factory one's definitely out of print.
Yeah.
They are so good, those two films.
We have Minhaljul here saying, "Have you guys all seen Cobweb?" Not yet, I haven't.
No.
No.
Del Boy?
But I am intrigued.
Yeah,
no,
I'm looking forward to watching it.
Obviously, I want to see that because I saw the cover of it on Ryan's side of things. So yeah, I do want to go and see that.
Cover I seen wasn't very spidery, man. I couldn't see nothing.
No, it just looked like a hand type thing with webs.
It's already out in the UK.
Yeah.
I'm sure the one I seen was a woman on it.
Trying to say now. Yeah, something that's recently just been released. Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation came out on medium.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell's that got a bloody release over here for?
Come out on what?
Blu-ray.
Over here. Called Medium Ray.
Huh?
It's literally like the art style. It's literally like the whole makeup look. Like what what Leatherface was wearing in the movie. It's basically him just holding a lipstick like this, where it's like a blade.
Yeah.
It's only worth getting, in my opinion. I mean, I would have got either if you're a complete, it's definitely like I was. That's why I got it originally. But if you're going to get it like upgraded to Blu-ray, because I had it on DVD, it's only worth getting the Blu-ray really if it's got that second cut in, which is called The Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's little bits in it that make more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been the uncut edition.
There's a great bit at the beginning with Renée Zellweger in it. It's like, wow, why the hell did they cut that out of the Next Generation cut? It definitely should have been left in because it explains a lot about her.
Yeah. We have Jamie here saying Cobweb is fantastic. It's good to hear.
Ooh.
Really good to hear. He also says, every time I hear that word Cobweb, I think of Drop Dead Fred.
Oh, right. Drop Dead Fred.
I'm a massive, massive Rick Mayall fan. And I was so underwhelmed with that film.
I was, but I then really liked it after about second or third showing. It was one of those things where I suddenly went, oh, I get this now, and it is good. But at the first, I thought, what the fuck's this?
Yeah.
Imaginary friend of this fucking girl. What's all this shit? But then it really was.
Vinegar Syndrome released the bloody, I think it was it 4K or Blu-ray? I ummed and ahed, and then the slipcover sold out, and I was like, yeah, I'm not bothered. So that's how bothered I was about it.
Yeah.
It's a strange film.
I've never actually seen
it. I could turn around and say you're missing a classic, but you're not. It's just
vastly overrated.
If you did get to see it, you'd probably turn around and say, I'm glad I saw it now. But you're not going to turn around and say, oh my God, it's a masterpiece, and oh, it's a classic, and anybody who hasn't seen this. No, it's not that type of film. It's just it's a good just common slapstick comedy.
My daughter's 33, my eldest. Laura's 34. it's that generation that seems to appreciate it the most because they watched it growing up with kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up
Whereas,
with
like, I watched it, I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, I saw them doing Dangerous Brothers and all of this sort of stuff before.
Yeah.
You know, and
And
so when
Kevin
that came out,
Turvey.
yeah, Kevin Turvey, you know, and those are the comedy gems that you'd have loved to have seen on the cinema. This, if you even see him, it seems like he's holding back. It's like the script is stopping him from going that little bit further. When I watch it, anyway,
I agree.
So if he'd have got the script and they said, "Look, Rick, can you actually look at this script and rewrite some of your parts, a bit there?" It would have been a totally different film, and it would have been, I think, great. That's all I can say about it, really. Hollywood stifled it.
I will just say, though, going back to talking about The Exorcist 2, I would definitely rather watch Exorcist 2 over the American Psycho sequel. God, that was fucking awful.
I didn't like the first one, so I didn't bother.
Honestly,
Isn't that Mila Kunis in that?
Yeah, and William Shatner.
I seen the trailer for it. I was like, "You're shitting me."
And William Shatner as well.
I knew William Shatner was in it.
One of the she kills someone by strangling them with a condom.
Oh well, it's novel, I suppose.
And I was thinking, could this get any more shitter? It was really bad.
I want to see that big comment you put up and then took down.
It says, Jamie says, got to admit, today's trip to Comic-Con was a bit underwhelming. Expecting to meet more people, but sadly there were some cancellations or no-shows, but it was still great fun.
Yeah.
See, I think when there's cancellations, you should get some of your money back because that could be some of the people who you went to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Bastards.
And Halgel says, it's prime time, bitch.
It's welcome to prime time, B star.
Arman says, absolutely love Once Upon a Time in the West. Classic.
Oh, yeah.
And Halgel says, Nige, do you remember in the remake, Freddy says, your mouth says no, but your body says yes. Please excuse it, Leah. Gets me whenever I watch that film. I love the remake.
Your mouth says no, but your body says yes. Vaguely, I think. Oh, God, I haven't watched it for a canny few years now.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in ages, so I don't really remember that.
I'm impressed that you actually like the remake, though, because it's fucking well hated for some strange reason.
And Halgel also says, what can I say, Nige? You can call me, oh, you filthy beast.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that as an honour. I'll call you it when the time arises.
Or of
Shawade.
Manhalgel says, I wish Scott was here to say to me, you're a bunch of cunts with his head slammed, with his slammed head expression. Love Scott. We all love Scott. Kel says, is there any films you haven't got?
Yeah, shitload.
Fucking tons.
Yeah, I was going to say shitload.
There's loads.
Yeah.
There's loads.
Fucking Film Institute Vault hasn't got them all, so I can't imagine anybody's got them all.
I need to get my hands on bloody guest house Paradiso, man.
Manhalgel says, Ryan, can we get We're All Fucking Mad? Don't break it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Here we go. You're fucking mad, you fucking dickhead. God's sake, just don't break it. There you go. There's something for you. You're fucking mad.
Is it over now?
Fucking film, that fucking piece of shit.
Thanks for the encouragement, Manhalgel. Jamie said, I was at that convention, Jake. Yeah, I was meant to go, mate. And then I saw that you was there today, and I kind of wish I went. No worries. I'll be there next year. And Halgel also says 5 Nights at Frederick's.
Fredericks.
That's what
Fuck
pizza
me.
is.
I'd forgot all about this. There was a Frederick mentioned the other night. We were on about Frederick. Can you imagine that on the hat? Look, his name's in the hat, Mom. Frederick Krueger, and Frederick's Revenge. I'd forgot all about this. See what I mean? We talk this shit and I forget about it. He remembers every fucking thing.
Jamie also says met James and Matthew. Awesome stuff, mate.
James and Matthew.
Movie Bug and Vengeance Media.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh,
No.
I'm thinking Matthew Lillard.
Minhaljul says, what was the other jokes revolving around Frederick's Nige again?
Oh, we found something you can't fucking remember. It was Frederick Krueger and all that stuff. I remember that. Frederick Starr. Anything with Frederick Mercury.
Oh, there was one I came up with. Frederick versus Jason.
Can you imagine that? Frederick versus Jason.
There was
Dearie Lord.
There was another one I was going to type in. Frederick got fingered.
How unfortunate for Frederick. Right up the wrong end.
Freddie got the whole fist. Kel says, I've got Steve Ball's autograph at Lidl. He used to play for Wolves. Oh, right, okay.
I was going to say it was Steve Bulls. It's a good job his surname isn't Hit. Steve Bull shit.
We've got Gary here saying, good evening, everyone. Evening, Gary.
All right, Gav.
Jamie also, oh no, that's just talking amongst themselves. Jamie says, Exorcist 2 is the Antichrist of shiteness.
Ain't it just?
Yeah.
If you put the A on there, Jamie, it would have been a product as right there. The Antichrist of shiteness.
Your mother sucks locusts in hell.
Your mother's just cocks in fuck. Fucked it up. Your mother's just cocks in hell. There you go.
That's enough now. That's enough now, Ryan. Bedtime.
I didn't know it was in a cowboy film. Your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Mommy's with the maggots now. Anyway.
Mommy's with the maggots now.
We have Arman
Oh,
here
fuck me, I didn't know fucking Sean Connery was in it as well.
We have Arman here saying, do you guys think it's time for Jason Voorhees to return? I'll give you a quick answer. No.
No.
Brady, yes.
Even him, no.
No.
Leave it.
Friday the 13th are my favourite horrors series, but no. I like them as they are. Unless they want to destroy every memory of Jason X and replace it with something else. I'm up for that.
If they make it better than that, then yeah. But I think they should just leave it alone.
It's the reason why. Like, let's focus more on Pamela and less Jason, because I want to see like what happened before Friday the 13th, the first one.
Well, you will do in the telly series when it comes on. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. I'm looking forward for that. I think it's going to be fun.
What about you, Del Boy? Do you think it's time for Jason to return, or?
I don't know.
No, he thinks it's time for cock.
Time for cock. Probably.
Time for cock. No, I mean,
I mean, you know, when you've had the answers from the others, and it's pretty definitive, and I do know what you're talking about here. It's just no, there isn't really much else to say to it. I'm sorry you got to me at the end, and everything's been said, but that's the answer. No, next.
We got Jamie here saying, can't beat young ones and bottom. Rick was a lovely person to meet. I was lucky to have done so. He was a really nice and funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff, Jamie. Oh,
I did go and see him do stand-up live in '84 when he was still actually starring in the Young Ones. And I have seen the Big Number 2 tour, Bottom. I've seen that live as well, but I never met him, unfortunately. I would have loved to have.
I actually met Nigel Planer the other day. I actually spoke to him.
No way.
Yeah. Really nice.
You said he didn't live too far away from you, didn't you?
Across the road.
Yeah,
over the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say to him?
I just said like, oh, like I love the young ones, and
You didn't say there's a hole. You didn't say there's a hole in your shoe, did you?
No, but if there was a hole in my shoe, I would have stepped on a nail. I would have been walking around in circles. Yeah, I love the young ones. Yeah, nice to meet you, mate. That was pretty much all I said. It was really nice.
I'd have been over there and said, "Look at this young one's box set. Will you sign the fucker?"
Jamie said, she said, "Here's Johnny."
She said, "He is Johnny." She said, "He is Johnny."
No idea. No idea. Jamie put, I meant Matthew Lillard and James Jude Courtney. Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Ah, so I was fucking right.
Kel says, I nearly put balls.
Filthy beast.
I'm not going to ask where, but. And the last comment of the night is Manhaljul saying, no, I actually believe it's time for Freddy Krueger to make a return to the big screen.
Nah.
It's been too long since we got a Nightmare on Elm Street film.
Look, we already know what happened to Halloween. We know how bad that went. So we didn't need that. We don't need any new movies. So leave it as that.
I'll tell you why I don't want one, because Wes Craven deliberately did New Nightmare to finish it off once and for all, and he did it really well. Yeah. And B, we've had a remake. Don't reboot it. I'm fine and dandy as it is. Let's just have a nice box set with the ones that exist in.
Yeah, I agree. Jamie says, when Mila Kunis killed the victim in American Psycho, she said, "Here's Johnny."
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. But that will do it for another episode of Slasher Sunday. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I really do appreciate it. And once again, to my wonderful, wonderful guests, thank you, guys, you beautiful bastards.
Thank you very much for having us on, you handsome cunt.
I will be back next Sunday with possibly a new guest. They haven't replied to me yet, but there's a new guest cooking up in the work. So we've got that to look forward to. And maybe we'll have some of these beautiful bastards back as well.
If it's Robert De Niro, count me in.
We've got Film Review Central here saying, absolutely loved it. Class stream. Thank you very much, mate.
Oh, excellent.
Jamie also says, great stream, guys. Thank you, mate.
Thank you very much, mate.
And Kel says, bye, guys. Can I come on soon?
Come on, what?
I don't know quite how to read that.
Come on, what?
A, my face. B, your period. Or C, the stream.
We'll have to sort that one out. Manhaljul also says, or you can say Jamie's a sexy bastard.
Sexy bastard.
That'll do it for another stream, guys. Thanks very much. I will see you guys next Sunday, and there will be a new video out on Monday. So look forward to that. I'll catch you guys later.
Guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.